Hello and welcome to another episode of Ways to Better Living. As always, this is your host, Coolio, bringing you a new topic of discussion this day, titled Giving a Helping Hand. So, as I always do, give a brief description of the general view of it as to the way people view the topic always tackle, and sometimes I do give some personal where some people might have a slightly different from what is general, but in this case I'll give the general view and then just dive right into it. So with doing that, as every time, like, this is something that we hear a lot in these days, giving a helping hand, which another word that people use for it is charity. Give to charity organizations, which is, that's what they consider it to be, giving a helping hand. So, which is mainly for you to understand it. If you hear someone said, "Oh, giving a helping hand," that is basically the way the world translates giving a helping hand. So, in that sense, you understand what, because that's something I would say pretty much 9 out of 10 people that you might survey at some point have given to a charity organization as way of giving a helping hand, because the way the world put it to you is that by doing that you portraying humanity and compassion and love and all these things. Now, do not get me wrong. I'm all for giving a helping hand. Not as to the way you might be doing it, as to giving to a charity organization. But before I explain more, I will have to let you understand why, as to not a charity organization. The one person you're giving to in that charity organization, how many concrete proof do you have that it's going to exactly what you say you're giving that helping hand? It's going to helping someone at least contribute to bettering that person's life. Do not get me wrong. Some charity organizations out there do a little bit, but not fully as to the way they tell you. And why do I say this? Well, you can go on, do your own research yourself, and you'll see that everyone that works for a charity organization, they do get reimbursed. They call volunteers, but they reimburse them. And where do they get that money to reimburse them? The money you give to go to someone else. That's where they take in to give to that person that's doing the figures and all that. So which, in a way, it's a salary, a payment that you're receiving for you working there. Some people will tell you outright that's their job. So, and if someone says it's their job, they're getting paid. So, and if it's a charity organization and you getting paid from it, where is your pay coming from? that's not something that you have to think twice about. It's coming from the monies other people are donating for others. So now some people, well, you're going to have to get, then what is the purpose of the charity organization if you get that many people to work for you to distribute for what you said you get in the contribution for? Then it's not the whole 100% contribution going out to the people that actually you say you're there for. Because if you already spend that much on employees and you that open the charity organization also getting a cut as a pay of opening it, so that's a business. So it is not giving a helping hand. You use the word charity. Why? Because the way they view charity these days too is that you that go into them for the help, you pretty much have to beg them to help you in a way. Because you gotta have so many protocols that you gotta apply and go through those protocols before they can say, okay, we approve of giving you the help. And that's what they said they're there for. So now, that is the worldview of giving a helping hand. And I will just go briefly about this one to the ones that do it and make video of it to let people see them doing it on the streets or to homeless people or whatever. Yes, your intentions are good, but the fact that you making it into a video for people to see it and get so many likes of it, and if the ones that on YouTube can tell you that by having many likes helps you build up revenue. So which means you also building a charity organization. Because by building that likes, getting the revenue, you getting paid for you doing that, those content. And so what good is behind it? The only good that I'm seeing is you doing it for you to get benefits. It's not for the sake of helping the person you're doing it. If you're doing it for the sake of helping the person, then you don't need to make a video for the world to see. You do it out of the goodness of your heart. And it's between you and that person and God. God rewards you when you do it that way. But if you're doing it, posting a video to get many comments, many likes, and many shares, that tells it's a business. Because every single person that's online constantly knows the internet itself is a business. So every content that go on there generates business for the whole internet community. Now, with that said, how do you give a helping hand? I'll exclude myself, but if you go online, seeing someone doing something that's similar to what I'm doing now at this point, because what I'm doing now, I definitely falls under giving a helping hand. Why would I say falls under it? Because I'm not coming here and show you and tell you about this person that it benefits, or that person that it benefits, or this person it's general. And I encourage you that hear it to apply, put to application of the information. So that's a helping hand, because only wherever you got the content, they will know that you click on it and listen to it. So I don't keep track of it personally. Physically, I do not. Why? Because that my intention is looking for whoever. So whoever you're at, you get to it, it benefits you, and you move on. You benefit, and that helps you greatly, and that's me giving you a helping hand in that instance. So if you find things like this, and you know for sure the person is not doing it for money, because the one thing you don't see, if you see my profile on all the podcast places where my podcast is being shared, one thing that you could tell definitely is there's no other way you can reach to me where even if you say you wanna said, oh, let me support, you don't have a way of getting it to me. Why? Because that is not my intention, that is not my goal for me to get any financial benefit from you. Anything that you see online in that aspect, yes, that's giving someone a helping hand, because the person is not doing it for a benefit or financial benefit. Secondly, let's say you that want to do that financial helping hand, or let me just say material helping hand, you want to help someone materially, stickly, to help them out in seeing what they need and all that. You do it by between you and that person. Yes, I know the humans got the tendency of telling someone, but it's not about you telling someone, should not be about you bragging about the helping hand you're giving. It should, and even that's the fine line, where it becomes a little bit complex, in the sense that when you might want to, sometimes you want to say it, but then the question you should ask yourself, is it appropriate for me to say this at this point without it coming out as me bragging of me giving a helping hand? You could, the time that you would say it without sounding as bragging is if you do not include the person that you give the help to, information about that person, as to personal information like their name, where they live, things like that, then you are not bragging. But if you start giving specific, then that's bragging. That's the difference, where people do not understand what bragging means. Bragging is you giving specific detail about specific person, about specific helping that you did. That's bragging. But if you mention just the helping hand as to helping someone to see that yes, you do give helping hand, but not for others to see in that light, then you've given a helping hand, which is considered by the one who says give a helping hand to your fellow man and helping them. So I will have to do part 2. I knew I will have to do part 2 on this, so I will have to leave it on this end at this point and say, hope this benefits you in seeing how to be able to give a helping hand without bragging about it, as to understanding what giving helping hand is. And part 2, I'll conclude. It might not be as long. So with that said, this is your host, Colio, saying all the best and God